These two aircraft received a feature that not a lot of aircraft actually got in the game, and they're the first two of being top tiers to use them, and they are going to be something that really does help pilots. Hello guys, once again it's Matt. Thank you all the members and patrons, make sure to subscribe. And yeah guys, we are in the last video of the day today, flying the J11A and the F-16AM, and they have a feature that only two aircraft, if I'm not mistaken, had this before, which is the Harrier GR7 and the F-111, and the helicopters of course. It's the MAWS system, the Missile Approach Warning system. This system actually is helping a lot, and it kind of brings another level of helping the pilot stay alive to the game. It's kind of different. So we have some examples here flying around in the dev server, first with the J11A, and you will notice how effective this thing is. Maybe you think that, oh, but it doesn't matter too much, you still have the launch like things and stuff. Guys, at the end of the day, it will help you. I don't like too much of the automatic deployment of flares. I gotta be honest, it kind of spams the flares too much, in my opinion. But look at this, we are having the launch parameter from the missile, and I noticed that the missile is there, so this would be a normal parameter of just being attacked. I know that the missile is there, I know the RWR is telling me that the missile is there, so I don't need to use the the approach system to actually help me out even more. But it is there. If it actually starts to tell me that the missile is there as well, together with the RWR and stuff, I will notice that, I will know actually that the missile is really close and really coming towards me. So it's a secondary barrier of just knowing that the missile is actually going to kill you, right? But so what, right? I mean, this is already known. A lot of if you didn't, you know, but this is something that a lot of people know about. But yeah, this is the normal situation that you will see yourself in sometimes when you are just attacking people from a BVR situation, from far away, and you're not really using those. But there will be times when you have no idea that an enemy is behind you and an enemy is attacking you, and the warning system will save your aircraft. Like this, for example. Yeah, the missile, I knew a missile was coming, but I didn't know it was so close to me. So yeah, again, missile appearing in there, you know, it helps a lot of just staying alive. And again, only these two aircraft are receiving for now this thing, which is kind of scary because these are for two nations that we weren't expecting to have such systems. And you know, if these two aircraft are receiving this, imagine until the end of the year that everybody will receive something like this, making, and as I always say since the beginning of War Thunder, that it is kind of a mix, you know. People always complain about, for example, the R60 was at it, and then we were kind of like outperformed by the missile, with the F4E not even having an RW flare system, right? And then later the flares were added, but then later the R60 became obsolete and they added an R60M, they added AIM-9Ls. Not that it was obsolete, but you know, it was that fight that, you know, the flares were too powerful, the missiles need to be better, so they improve it. They improved the flares even more, they made the missiles a little bit more or less effective. It was always a fight, is what I mean, right? And this is just the next level of that. We are getting missiles that are nothing like we ever seen in the game. First with the hyper maneuverable IR missiles, but then now with the Fox 3s. And both of those things kinda get the attention and make the necessity of having more modern countermeasure systems to be, you know, there in the game to help you not die. And this is always going to be the case. You know, it's going to be one step up here, one step up there, you know, one step in the countermeasures, one step in the, you know, offensive armament, and so on and so on. So right now, we are getting MAWS systems in top tier aircraft. Of course, in the Harrier and F-111, I mean, yeah, it would help those aircraft, but it wasn't like something too big of a deal, you know. But now we are getting 4th generations that can fire Fox 3s that have these systems. Soon, everybody will have these systems, and these missiles will start to become a little bit more obsolete. I'm not saying that they will be obsolete, don't get me wrong, but they are going to get a little bit behind again, and then we're gonna get a better missile, just like we had with the radar missiles just being like kind of behind the performance of aircraft, and with tactics that we can use with multipathing and stuff that I still believe that needs to be changed. And I'm going to do a video about it, and with the Fox 3s this should be a little bit different. But yeah, we are doing a step up that BVR and radar missiles weren't really that effective. They were, of course, but the next step up happened. Fox 3 missiles. The next will be a new defense system, and the next will be an offense system, and so on and so on. So at the end of the day, guys, expect this kind of circle of having countermeasure types and offensive armaments being added to the game, you know, until the end of time, basically, right? Because right now, yeah, it's the first one that we get it, right? It's Fox 3 missiles, some aircraft receiving MAWS systems, yeah, okay. Next will be everybody receiving MAWS systems, everybody having the best Fox 3 missiles in the 90s and 2000s, better, you know, Fox 3s. Then we're gonna need ECM, then we're gonna need even better systems, better radars like AESA and PESA. Then we're gonna need a countermeasure to that with stealth and 5th gen, and then AESA missiles. So it never ends, you know, it never ends until we reach today, because of course the development of the game is always faster than development in real life, right? But at the end of the day, it will help you always play with the most amount of situational awareness and still be effective offensively, right? Of course, there's always problems. I'm not saying that it's perfect. Multipathing is something that needs to be dealt with, for example, which is basically flying low to make the missiles useless, which is something kind of crazy to think about. Yes, it is something that happens in real life, but not really in the way that is working right now with these advanced, very advanced missiles and radars. So there's multiple things that need to be changed, but at the end of the day, this circle will continue to happen, and everybody will have their own types of systems to deal with that, which is pretty cool and exciting for the future. So yeah, here we were flying a little bit with the F-16AM to wrap the video up, and you will see that how something like this happens. An RWR together with a missile warning always help. So I get the RWR signal, and then I launch, and then I see the missile. But imagine if I didn't see the missile warning system would help me and save me. So very, very cool. Hopefully more nations get these in the future, especially with the Fox 3s. But yeah, guys, basically this is it. Let me know in the comments what you think about the countermeasures and offensive systems deal. And I see you guys. Subscribe.